afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the show. This is Just Parlays with Chris King. There he went. See you later, Chris. It's Just Parlays with Chris King and his unstable internet connection. I'm your host, Scott Steehn. I am the lead handicapper at WHINERS.com, and it is great to be here with you guys on what is, at least in the Midwest, a very chilly and rainy Tuesday afternoon. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hope everything's going well for you. What's up, Andrew? Good to see you in the hizzy. Happy Tuesday to you, sir. Hope everybody did well last night on their plays, and hope everybody has nothing but success for today. I'm going to brag about me. Since we're waiting for Chris to get back, I finally did it. I've been trying to go the perfect sweep the board, and we finally did it last night with 7 plays. We had a 2-team parlay for our play of the day. I had San Diego, which took extras, but we got there, and we had the Dodgers run line that did not take extras, and then we had the premium Dodgers run line by itself. We had the Detroit Minnesota over, Colorado Pittsburgh. We had Pittsburgh, and we had Boston -6.5. Those all cashed, and Scott and I on the farm had the team total over 4.5 for the Chicago Cubs. So Chris just sent me a text that his modem is rebooting. Hey, so yeah, my dog's happy to be here. Dog walking by in his raincoat, beautiful. You know, I can't really fault him for barking at a dog that's wearing a raincoat. Hey, knock it off. Thank you very much. So I know Chris hit a big parlay last night. I'm going to let him tell you all about it. But in the meantime, I want to remind you guys, of course, to like and subscribe. Smash that thumbs up. We appreciate the effort. Let's our bosses know that you're digging what we're doing. We appreciate that. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already to our YouTube channels, please take care of that. YouTube Winners and Whiners, and the YouTube channel of the Max Wagers Network. Here he comes. And speaking of the Max Wagers Network, great lineup each and every day. It's a noon. It's Midday Money with Sean Higgs. 1 o'clock, Allie Burns giving you Morning Wood. Chris and I are usually both of us are here. It's Chris and I at 2 p.m. with Just Parlays. 3 p.m. sees me and Scott Reichel heading back to the window. And at 4 o'clock, it is Sean Miller talking about soccer from around the globe and wrapping it all up with Game Time Decision featuring Detroit Lenny and the Earl brothers, Tim and Nick. Chris, welcome back, buddy. Good to have you.
It's good to be here. Let's before we start, let's give a shout out to Tim, who mentioned that, if you had taken that Caesars bet yesterday, you could have dropped, $1,000 on Vasilevsky, shutting down the Panthers under the team total of under 0.5 at plus 1,200.
I was gonna say, I couldn't remember if it was 1,400, it was 1,200.
Yeah,
nice play. That's nice. That's a nice hit. Nice of Tim to just drop by and put gold nuggets in the fucking comment section. That's a beautiful thing. Thanks for stopping by, Tim. Dropping off 1,200 to any $100 better. That's a beautiful thing. Might make you want to listen to Tim's own show. Just saying there. Game Time Decision. You might check that out. So, Chris, I got to brag about my day yesterday, going 7-0. By the way, if I'd have been doing it as a parlay, since that's kind of the theme here, I would have paid 77 to 1.
Not bad.
Not a bad hit, but it pales in comparison to what you did yesterday, Chris.
No, not yesterday. The good one, that big one, was Saturday. Yesterday, though, we had a decent one. It was 46 to 1.
Oh, okay. My bad. So
yeah, that's okay.
Recap that one for everybody. Yeah, this is the only show where you have to feel bad about hitting a 46 to. Oh, it was only 46 to 1. Okay.
Yeah, it was a lightning on the puck line, and they could have probably won that game 4 or 5 to nothing, considering they had 2 goals taken off the board.
Yep.
We had the Diamondbacks on the run line, and we were talking about that yesterday. How the game was over the total in the 3rd inning.
Yep. But fine. Grinke just had nothing, just absolutely nothing last night,
and neither did Davies.
No, the difference is they left Grinke in they tried to get 6 out of him. I don't know what you guys are doing, but. Richard Lynn says, "Y'all speaking my language? Excellent. Because that's the only language I know. I know Donde es el baño? That's about gracias. And
I thought you were going to say taco.
Tortilla. I was going to say tortilla. That's about and that's my good language. That's my good second language. So,
swearing is a language, isn't it?
Some people would say that it is. So anyway, it's good to have you, Richard. Welcome aboard. Ryan Page in the house, and Garrett Cole killed me yesterday.
Garrett Cole screwed over a lot of people yesterday. I don't know. Talk about guys that didn't have anything. I guess it's time for you to throw him under the bus again so he can go on a run.
He's dead.
Apparently, it only lasts so long.
That's like if you find a handicapper that makes bad picks all the time. That's just as valuable. But you got to have some consistency. You can't be up and down, Garrett Cole. I don't know what to do with you because you're still going to be paying a price on him.
Yep.
So at least for a couple more starts. So we'll see how that goes. Ryan looking for a comeback today with the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks.
Funny how he mentions that because we'll have both of those coming up.
There you go.
The other two legs on that parlay yesterday, Scott, I had the Cardinals on the run line, which of course they had to win it with a walk-off grand slam in the 10th.
Why not, baby? Why not?
And then the last one was I took the Braves and Phillies to go over 8 because Philadelphia averages like a total of 10 runs on the road, and the Braves are giving up a crap load at home. So turned out to, pan out all right.
Jonathan Childress having a fine day yesterday, up 8.2 units. That is an all-star day. That's a good week right there.
Yeah. I think that could be a good month.
Richard Lynn said the Mets batters got him good last night. Now to top the deal off, need a Mavs win today. Extra 1K. We're going to talk about that. Before we do, you got a thought on Luka over 35? How do you not play that?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much have to, don't you? I mean,
it's been a 40.
Who else is gonna score?
I got nowhere else to go. Brian Gillahan in the house talking about a hot capper. Brian Gillahan hit a 3-teamer yesterday for about, I'm gonna say 8-1 or so, somewhere in
nothing wrong with that.
8+.
And if you had taken the 2-teamer that we had about Tampa Bay and Colorado on the puck line yesterday, it cashed out at, I think, it was about 6.5 to 1.
Nice, because I know there wasn't a ton of value taking it just straight up.
No, not for Colorado anyway. Colorado was.
No, that was the baseball one we were looking at, where it was minus 300.
Yeah, Colorado I think was about minus 160.
Yeah. You'd have been
minus 125.
You'd have been in plus territory playing them both.
But still, it's better when you're playing it with plus money to start with.
You're damn right, buddy. Damn right. Jonathan Childress taking the Dodgers on the run line again, and the Diamondbacks run line parlay plus 254. Don't hate it. I mean, I don't know how I can talk you out of backing the Dodgers or fading the Royals. I can't make a case for either one of those things. So I'll tell you what screwed a lot of guys in my comment section last night. By the way, if you're not checking out my daily videos, not just for my content, although I've been running pretty good there lately, but the real action is in the comment section where like everybody that watches, or a lot of people that watch it, put their plays in, and that's where you find guys like Brian Gillahan and cats like that. Scott Nowak is very good. I don't have a time to list all the great cappers there, but you'll find good, consistent picks that if you tail them, I guarantee you're going to make money. So if you don't,
and if you follow us, you can make money.
If you follow us, you can make money, man. Absolutely true. I know the Astros screwed a lot of guys last night. Chris, what'd you think of that?
I agree. You were right when you said that McKenzie had been pitching better. I was still basing out the fact that they kept flipping back and forth. They weren't sure if it was going to be Plesac or McKenzie.
Right.
Plesac's going tonight, so guess what? I'm fading the Guardians.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, buddy. Get right back on that train. Yeah. The McKenzie kid is somebody that I like from the time that he came up. You know, he's just got one of those loose motions. It's kind of effortless, and just he's got real good side-to-side movement on his fastball. I think there's a future for that kid. I really do. He's really pitching well this season.
And look at that, Scott. Crystal Craig said she cashed in nicely by betting on the Cards yesterday. It's the first time where she didn't yell at the TV when the Jays lost.
You know, as a Royals fan, I can totally relate. It makes you feel a little bit better when your team takes one on the chin, but at least you made some money off of it. So
yeah, I mean they were in that game. They led. I want to say in like the 7th inning before St. Louis tied it up, and then like we said, Goldschmidt had the walk-off slam in the 10th. So it was still a decent game. I think that Toronto's going to get the upper hand tonight, though, with Jordan Hicks going for the Cards.
A lot different matchup for sure. Yep. Welcome to the dark side, Crystal. That's right.
We have cookies.
We have cookies. Where you're fading your home team or your favorite team and still cashing a bet. Very, very good. Hey, Chris, what do we got going at Caesars, man?
Well, at Caesars, until they tell us differently, we've still got the first bet insurance up to $1,100. You can place a wager of first time wager up to $1,100 and get it back in the form of a free bet if you lose. If you win, you get money. If you don't, Caesars is going to give you a chance to have a second shot at making up for what you lost. So if you had been like we talked about earlier, had you taken that first bet insurance there and dropped $1,000 on, say, Florida to not score any goals, would have been a nice night for you at the window.
There's $1,200. Enjoy.
Absolutely. Well, it'd be $12,000 though.
What's that?
If you dropped $1,000 on, it'd be $12,000.
Dropped $1,000, yeah, it'd be $12,000. Absolutely. Yeah, that's your $1,000 right there, buddy. So.
Yep. The promo code for that is ATS wins Caesar, CZR. It's in the show box below. Again, you have to be a first-time bettor with Caesars, and it has to be legal in your state. So if you don't live in a state where it is, move.
I'm ready. I got my bags packed. I was going to say, like, looking at you, Utah and Texas, but no, we don't have it here in Missouri either. So,
and remember, you have to be 21 years of age unless you live in Wyoming and New Hampshire, where you have to be 11.
11. That's right. The age of sports betting is 11 in those states. That's a great world, man.
And there's the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. It's Tim Earl in the chat.
Yeah, speak of the devil, and the devil jumps up. Nice hit last night on the 1,200 on the plus 1,200. Tim, with the Panthers to get shut out.
They had their chances, but couldn't put the puck in the net.
No biscuit in the basket for you, boys. None at all.
Come back 1 year.
And hey, if you're looking to jump on a couple of hot handicappers here with Chris and myself, we have links to our premium picks where we put out our very favorite plays each and every day. You can find those links in the description of this video. Chris, I think I've covered all the nuts and bolts. I begged with him and pleaded with him to like and subscribe.
Should we tell that even Reichel had a hit yesterday?
Reichel posted a nice parlay hit that he had on a $100 parlay that paid. What did it pay, Chris?
$18.68.
$18.68.
So 18 something. So
just in case you don't have time to stop by and watch Scott and I's show, I can tell you because he'll certainly mention it 18 or 20 times.
I think he's already tweeted it about 50 times.
Yeah, he's a happy man for sure. He had the Avs.
He had to win in regulation.
He had the Avs. He had the Lightning puck line. He had the Dodgers run line, and he had the first half in the Cubs. So there you go. Nice little payoff for my partner in crime, Mr. Reichel.
Yep, we said it'll cover his bar tab in Vegas.
Yeah, I would say it was a great day for the three of us yesterday.
Yep.
It was a fine day.
Now take note that probably won't carry over when we do the NASCAR show Friday, but
I don't know.
We take what we can get.
That's right. Take when you can get them. So yeah, we'll be back talking about the Coca-Cola 600. We might talk about the Indy 500 a little bit even. So not on that race, but maybe we'll drop some Indy 500 stuff in there too.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
It's a racing show, right?
Yeah, there you go. So, what do we got for today, buddy? You got some fine picks you're ready to share with the class?
Sure, and we'll start with look at that. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Royals.
Wow, we got some real soothsayers there in the comments section.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe it?
Hey, how about those Royals, buddy?
They started off good yesterday. They had 3 homers in the first inning.
Yep, that doesn't matter. Any other team you think, yeah, that's a rock solid win, but no, not so much.
Yeah, like you said, Greinke had nothing, Davies had nothing, but at least the Diamondbacks were smart enough to get Davies out in the 4th inning.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're like, what's Zach still doing out there? I don't understand.
I mean, was Matheny just trying to see if maybe he's like Greg the Hammer Valentine, and it takes him 15 minutes to warm up?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't explain Mike Matheny. I was surprised here last couple of seasons that he'd been better than I thought he was going to be, but he has been dreadful this year. Just dreadful.
Yeah, Tim says he can't believe that the Diamondbacks are minus 195. Neither can anybody else.
Yeah, you could have got him. What we get him last night at minus 115 or so?
Yeah. But I think you look at the pitching matchup, and it's Heasley, who I thought was going to start over the weekend, and then they started Singer against Zach Gallen. we know that Gallen has pitched very well for the Diamondbacks this year.
Yep,
Another ex-Marlin doing good.
Yep, absolutely true.
And Heasley, 7 walks and 2 strikeouts, 8 1/3. Scott, you got a scouting report on him? Other than can't find the strike zone?
I think you just about summed it up right there in his 2-year career. He got a cup of coffee last year, 14 2/3, and he's pitched 23 innings total, 10 walks. That just tells the story pretty much. 23 hits, 23 innings. That's not ideal, but giving up 10 walks, that's a walk every 4 innings or so. That's not good.
Yeah, that's a walk every 2 innings, 2 1/3. That'd be a walk every 2 1/3.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, divided the other way. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
About every 2 2/3, something like that. So yeah, not good. 5.84 WHIP. He is below average ERA plus at 95. He's just he's a body at this point. I mean, I think the Royals are pretty close to about writing it off and getting a look at some of the young guys like Heasley.
Would you rather have Heasley or Bubic starting?
I'd probably rather have Heasley.
Okay.
I think we've got a pretty good body of work on Bubic about what he can and can't do. So I'd rather see Heasley in this spot. But, this is mainly not necessarily a fade of a slightly below average pitcher for the Royals. It's mainly a backing of Gallen at this point.
Yeah.
And a Royals bullpen that has just been a fucking gas can. So
it might have gone beyond a gas can to an entire, underground tank of gas.
They're not good. They're just not good.
Yeah, you looked at the bottom there. The Royals 1-6 in their last 7 against teams with a losing record. 0-6 in their last 6 after giving up 5 or more. 0-5 in the last 5 overall.
Yeah, none of that really. They're just a bad baseball team playing bad baseball right now. So I don't have much to say about this team. Unfortunately, they're starting to. Bobby Witt Jr. is starting to break out a little bit. He's starting to hit a little. We're seeing some of the young guys. Isbell hasn't been great. Hunter Dozier, who is an albatross of a contract around him, at least he's hitting. He's hitting some home runs. He's hitting about 270 on the season. That's fantastic. You're an all-star if that's what you're doing with the Royals right now. So,
what about Melendez? What do you make of him?
I like this kid. He's a good catcher, and he's got some pop. And I would like to see him on the field. I would like to see something happen at first base. Maybe turn Sal into a first baseman. Something like that. I need to see Melendez and Perez in the lineup at the same time. So whether that's, if you got to take a DH spot for that, which you do at this point, that's not a bad thing. But anybody that has pop like that, anybody that hits home runs, give them to me. Let me see them.
So are you ready to give up on the black magic woman of Carlos Santana?
Yes. Hitting he had a home run the other night, but he's still hitting $120 or whatever.
He's up to $163 now.
No, he is not. Is he?
Yes,
really?
He is. That's what Baseball Reference says.
Dude, he was literally in the 20s over the weekend.
Well, he's got 20 walks and 16 strikeouts.
Okay.
But his OPS is 72.
No.
OPS plus, I should say.
Okay, that's not ideal.
Which is better than Adalberto Mondesi's OPS plus of 3 before he got hurt.
Yeah, and then he's done for the year. So, or probably not the year, but yeah. That's depressing. But yeah, Santana needs to go.
Yeah, Santana. Yeah, he had 3 hits yesterday. Yeah. So that boosted his average from 140 to 163.
Yeah, and I know that. And he was literally. The number I had in my head was 114, but I know he was at least in the 120s.
On Friday he was at 128.
Okay, there you go.
So you're on the money there. Long
story short, Royals suck. Diamondbacks playing surprisingly good baseball, skirting right around 500. If two surprising teams here. One of them surprisingly good, one of them surprisingly bad. I expected these records about to be inverted.
And Tim asks, will Kansas City trade Salvador Perez?
No.
Okay, there you go.
Untouchable. That's probably, I'd say literally, other than Bobby Witt Jr., probably Melendez, some of the younger guys like that. But Perez is the only veteran that's untouchable.
So you would trade Benintendi?
Oh yeah. That's exactly a trade piece. We've got outfield.
He's hitting 329.
I know he's having a great season. That's why there's value on him. You're never going to get if he continues that, if he's hitting 300 at the All-Star break, you're never going to get more value for Benintendi than you are right now.
So then you're saying he gone.
Yeah. You're going to get a couple of good trade pieces in return. A couple of AAA players that maybe have some potential would be my guess.
Works for me.
What else you got?
Well, we got the Dodgers. Amazing how these people, they were tuned right in. It's like they stole my slides.
I could just save us time. Nationals are terrible. Dodgers are really good. You should bet on the Dodgers.
Yeah, the other way I was looking at this too is I expect this one to end up over the number because Buehler, you look at that and it says, okay, he's got a 2.89 ERA and all that, and that's all well and good. But you look at some of the peripherals and they're not as good as they were before.
Right.
His FIP is 318, his WHIP is 122, which is a career worst for him.
Right.
Outside of when he was a rookie, when he made 8 relief appearances, but nobody cares about that. And we know the Nationals are bad.
Yeah.
Like you said. So, I mean, we saw the Dodgers put 10 up yesterday. They could go over the total by themselves.
Well, and this is a great example. You kind of alluded to it. This is a great example why you need to delve deeper into your pitcher stats than ERA. Because if you look at these two pitchers, 2.89 ERA, 4.36 ERA, a lot of disparity there. But if you look at their whips, 1.22, 1.26. So what they've done has been very similar as far as some of the peripherals go. So
yeah, and you have to think that Buehler's going to be due for some sort of regression because if you look, he's given up a 250 average against compared to 199 last year, 178 in 2020. His home run rate's down to 1.6%, which is lower than what it was last year and the year before, but his hard hit percentage has gone up. So you have to think he's going to regress at some point, whether that hit comes today or, 2 starts down the road.
You're laying out the case for the Nationals then?
No, I'm laying out the case for the over.
Okay. Well, you might want to stop talking about how Buehler sucks.
Well, I mean, it's not so much he sucks. I'm just saying that,
So you're playing the over here, not the Dodgers. But you've got.
Well, no, I'm saying that you could go the route of playing the over if you wanted to, if you didn't want to lay any juice with the run line or the money line.
All right, I got you now.
It's like an alternative option.
All right, very good. So you're saying the Dodgers are going to score a ton, and the Nationals might break through for 3 or 4.
Right.
Okay, that's solid.
Because I think the total is 8.5 for that game. Last I checked.
8.5 is correct.
Starting
to see some 8s creep in a little bit, but 8.5 is pretty solid across the board.
Yeah, I knew 8.5 at least earlier was still going off at plus money. I mean, it was only plus 100 or plus 105, but still.
Now, I will say this: Buehler's had a very weird season. He started not terribly, but he wasn't going deep into games. He never completed 6. Gave up 7 earned runs total in his first 15 2/3 innings. So you're looking at right at a 4 ERA. Then he had a fantastic shutout performance.
Of Arizona.
And then 2 other really good performances after that. And then he just got blasted by the Phillies. As he gave up 5.
That was weird because that was that series where the Phillies went into Dodger Stadium and won 3 of 4 and scored a truckload of runs.
Yep.
They could have swept the series, but they blew the last game.
Correct.
But then Gray is coming off. He gave up 6 runs in 6 innings in a couple starts ago. So he tends to alternate crummy starts with decent starts,
right?
Or at least average starts.
Yeah,
he's got potential. I mean, give him that.
Even Buehler's last start against Arizona wasn't stellar. He went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 walks. That's a whip right there of 1.6. Did give up just 2 earned though, so he was able to limit the damage. A lot of it is something you don't talk about as much in baseball that you should is sequencing. About how the same activities, depending on where they fall, will bring different results. Like you can have Like if you could get a guy on first, ground ball double play, and then a double produces no runs. But if you do
Right.
if you have the double play at the end after the hit and the double, etc., then it produces more. So sometimes it's all about sequencing and good pitchers actually, will do that. You will see it time in and time. You had the old thing with Bert Blyleven, who would never give up like 2-run homers, gave up a ton of solo home runs, like led the league in solo home runs surrendered year in and year out, but didn't give them up with guys on base. So you got to keep an eye on that.
And yeah, Ninja, I would go with the team total over for the Dodgers, wouldn't you? And was it 4.5?
Can you find a 4.5 anywhere?
That's what I'm saying.
Without paying 140.
Well, that's a viable possibility as well.
Yeah, if I had a half run escalation, I'd rather go 5 at 110 or whatever. So
I'll just see what it is real quick if I can find it.
Put it this way, I don't hate 5.5. Like 4.5 better. I mean, and it goes beyond the obvious because that's just the zone that a lot of games.
BetMGM has 4.5 at -130.
Okay.
And 5.5 is +125.
No 5s. Half run escalation or full run escalation.
Yeah, at least there. I mean, it could be.
Yeah,
that's just the first book I pulled up.
I got you. I feel you. 130 be my ceiling, but yeah, I'm cool with that.
Tim asks if it could be a Gray revenge game, since he came over in that trade last year. Tim, my big question for you is, who are the Mets going to pitch now that, McGill and DeGrom and Scherzer are all on the shelf? So you're down to Bassett and Taijuan Walker, David Peterson, and what, are they going to get Ron Darling out of the press box?
Every time you ask that question, you immediately answer it. You've done that before, and you go, who are they going to pitch? McGill? You just start listing all the pitchers they're going to – yes, that's who they're going to pitch.
No, I mean, are they going to get Ron Darling out of the press box? Is Sid Fernandez available?
Yes, Sid Fernandez is coming back.
Frank Viola?
He pitched like 30 years, didn't he?
Seemed like it.
Sid Fernandez? Okay. So cool. Take the Dodgers, take the overs. There's gonna be some runs scored out there. Have you checked the weather? You're out there suggesting overs. You know what the weather's gonna do?
The weather, I looked at it this morning.
I don't even know what it's doing on the East Coast.
Weather right now, it says it's about 60 degrees with a 5-mile-an-hour wind.
Okay. All right. So no effect then, really.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not like down here, but I guess not everybody is going to have 80s and 90s and where it gets ridiculously humid.
Well, not in May.
Oh, Tim said they're calling up Nolan Ryan.
Hey,
why not?
Excellent.
I mean, you can't get Seaver or Kuzman, so I guess maybe they'll go with Ryan.
You see that video from, I don't know, it's probably been 3 or 4 years now, Nolan Ryan throwing out the first pitch.
Oh yeah, still clocked at what? Somewhere
it was like upper 80s.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
89 or something like crack. Probably faster than Greinke threw any pitch yesterday.
And Andrew said they're going to call up Ray Sadecki.
Oh, very nice. Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. We have a Ray Sadecki has entered the chat. Well done. Well done indeed. All right. So there's a couple of West Coast favorites to take. Well, not exactly. Arizona's not exactly West Coast. Close
enough.
Unless you listen to George Strait.
All
right. What do we got?
We're going to go to the hockey now.
Somebody still playing?
Yeah. Can you believe it? We got the Oilers and the Flames, Game 4 tonight from Edmonton in the Battle of Alberta. The Oilers, of course, are now taking the lead in this series after winning games 2 and 3. Do you think Calgary's in trouble, Scott? I mean, they didn't score at all against Dallas in the first round. Then they scored a bunch of goals in the opening game of the series.
I think Mike Smith listening to the show is an underrated possibility here as well, because I mean, and he hasn't stood on his head, but other than the nightmarish game that he had in the last series, he's been okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his numbers have improved in this series compared to what he did against the Kings.
Well, he gave up 17 goals in 9 minutes. So, I mean, no, but yeah, I get that. logic would tell me that the Flames are in trouble. They're down 2-1. But anytime I see Smith between the pipes, I know the other team's got a puncher's chance. But having said that, I like the way this Oilers team has played. I thought they've looked focused. They've got the rest of the team involved, which I think was important. You and I talked about that before this series started, and I think they've at least been able to get at least the second line and a little bit of the third line involved in their scoring opportunities. So.
And you also look at the fact that, as bad as Smith was in game one, since then he stopped 77 of 81 shots in the last 2 games.
You would take that with any goalie anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
the first game of this series did he shit the bed?
Yeah, it was game one.
I thought
when he got pulled after like 6 minutes.
Yeah, I was thinking that was the last series, but you're right. That was game one of this one. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the all exciting 9-6 game.
Yeah, that's right. They opened with the 15. I forgot that was game one of this one. My bad.
Oh, that's all right. I mean, there's been so much excitement in that game. It's hard to remember when it was. So it seems like every time you sat down, somebody else scored.
You follow hockey closer than I do. Is my casual observation accurate? Is that something you would look to as well?
As far as
getting other players involved besides.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't just be a one-line team in the playoffs, because especially if you're on the road, because then the home team gets the last line change, and they'll stick out somebody that's going to beat the crap out of your top line.
Right.
So I mean, you've got to get some depth, and that's what makes a team like Colorado so dangerous, which St. Louis found out.
Yep.
And it's what makes Tampa Bay dangerous, which Florida got punched in the face and just stayed down.
We talked about that. We predicted like a Colorado sweep or Colorado in 5, and then the Blues came out and played really tough in the first game and lost, and they won the second one. You're like, oh hell, this is going to be a series, and now it looks like it's probably not going to be.
Yeah, Husso did not look very good in yesterday, especially in that second period flurry.
I think they put 4 goals in 6 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's just under 5 minutes, but yeah, and then the Blues got back into it, and then they couldn't do anything in the third.
They would have a small chance. They'd be. I think there would be a 3-2 dog with Binnington, but without Binnington, they have no chance. Sorry. Make your case here for this one, buddy. Look at that. I'm looking at the Flames being 7-21 in their last 28 as an underdog in the playoffs. That's not good.
Yeah, and they're 1-6 in their last 7 as a road underdog there, and they don't like playing in Edmonton. You could say that basically because provincial. It's kind of like the in-state rivalries, but Sly knows what I'm talking about. The Battle of Alberta. These teams don't like playing each other. They don't like playing each other in the opposing team's building, because we talked about how Edmonton hates going to Calgary and playing in the Saddle Dome.
I've never been to Alberta. Have you been there? Is it nice?
It's very, very well. I mean, there's parts of it that are very desolate. It's just plains basically. Sly, how would you describe Alberta in one word? I'm waiting for him to say something like shithole or
is it like Kansas? Is it like Kansas?
Kind of, except they have They do have some mountains.
Oh, okay, all right.
I just wait for him to say Sly's definition of Alberta to be shithole or dumpster fire.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I've got to ride the Oilers here too, but I'm with you on this. I think you're getting a good price at -115. I always in the back of my mind I'm going to worry about Mike Smith, but
yeah, but I mean Markstrom is he was so good in the first round, and now his goals against in the playoffs is worse than Smith.
Yep. His goals against save percentage is under. Yep.
And he's even got less shutouts.
Yep. Smith has 2 shutouts in the playoffs, man.
Scary, isn't it?
World gone mad. All right, very good. I like the Oilers there. What else you got?
Got the Rangers and the Hurricanes at Madison Square Garden. See, Reichel leaves town and the Rangers win.
Mm-hmm.
So the Carolina still had 2-1 in the series, but the weird thing, Carolina 6-0 at home in the playoffs, 0-4 on the road.
Yeah, not good.
So Shesterkin 5-2-2, 295 goals against. So he's been better after struggling against Pittsburgh in the early part of that series in the opening round. And Antti Ranta still plugging away for the Hurricanes. Everybody was all excited about Frederik Andersen when they signed him. He left Toronto. They're like, yeah, now we got Frederik Andersen. Now he's going to do something. And then he gets hurt.
Right.
So, you're paying a lot of money for a guy to sit on the bench in that case.
How you gonna not ride Raanta in this?
Well, I mean, I don't think you can go away from it at this point unless he completely falls apart. But
Right.
and then will Anderson be sharp enough to play because he hasn't played since mid-April?
No, I get that.
But playing at home works for the Rangers. They're 4-0 in their last 4 at home. They're 4-1 on 1 day of rest. They're 24-9 when their opponent scores 2 or less in their last game, which of course they only scored 1 if in the case of the Hurricanes in Game 3. Like we said, Carolina's lost their last 4 on the road, and even though Carolina's won 8 of the last 10 meetings between these teams, overall they're 7-22 in the last 29 in the Big Apple. Maybe the bright lights of Madison Square Garden is too much for the young Hurricanes. I'm looking for the Rangers to even this one up.
Okay.
You got any thoughts?
I'm going to pass on this game. I can make a case for either side here.
You're going to punt on 3rd down?
I am going to punt. I'm going to punt on 4th down, but I might have run a conservative running play up the middle on 3rd down. But I like the way this Hurricanes team is playing. I've really been impressed with the way Raanta's played in goal, but you can't argue with the fact this team has been 2 different teams home and away. So Rangers certainly capable of playing good hockey. You're getting, if you like the Rangers, you're getting a good price. But I think this line is pretty sharp, and I'm just going to pass. I'll lean with you only because of the home and road splits.
Tim's saying that he's taking Carolina to cover the puck line. Now, Tim, let me ask you. You saw Carolina in the first round of the playoffs. They lost it in Boston 4-2, 5-2, 5-2, and lost 3-1 in Game 3 here. So all 4 of the losses for the Hurricanes have come by by more than 1 goal. Does that concern you at all?
And now we wait.
And now we bring you a word from our sponsor.
Got any NBA?
Yes.
Hey man, got any more of those NBA picks?
Yeah, we do.
That's my Chappelle meme impression, by the way.
Where's your donuts?
Warriors.
Yeah, I mean, can you really go against Golden State at this point?
No, I cannot. I cannot do it. You guys, this is my play of the day. I've seen nothing that makes me think Dallas can win a game.
I mean,
it could certainly happen. Don't get me wrong. We saw them take down a very good Phoenix team. I'm not saying Dallas has no chance ever. They will never win a game. I'm just saying so far what the Golden State Warriors have shown, they have shown an ability to adjust their style. The Dallas Mavericks have not shown that same ability, nor do they have the personnel to do it.
Yeah, if you were going to do that, you should have been like Chris Jericho and go, they will never, ever win a game again.
Yes, no, I would not do that. Not it. You can make a wrestling reference with any situation, can you?
Isn't it great?
That's quite a skill. That is quite a skill to have right there.
Tim said he's been on the Mavs all series, but he's going with the Warriors.
Uh-oh. Well, now we're screwed.
Yep, Tim's going to screw it over. So now, write this down, everybody. If the Dallas wins, it's Tim's fault.
Well, and I pointed this out on my video. You talk about a team. We kind of compared it. Talked about the hockey situation where you got to have more than one line in the playoffs. Dallas getting nothing from their bench.
Dallas has got to have more than like 2 guys that can score.
Brunson had 20. Dinwiddie had 26. Doncic had his usual 40.
And the rest of the team had 14.
14 from the rest of the team. You cannot have that. Golden State didn't shoot particularly well. Dallas
they still turned it over 150 times.
Dallas won the turnover battle, and none of that mattered because Golden State just owned them in the paint. I believe they've out-rebounded them by double digits. In fact, I know they've out-rebounded them by double digits in every game this series.
Yeah, it was 47-33 on the glass in Game 3.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, we talked about it before. No team moves without the ball better. You see some of those backdoor cuts. It's almost like watching Princeton play back in the day.
Pete Carrill.
Yep, exactly right. You get the wide open look layups with the guy with the back cut. It's a thing of beauty to watch this defense and to watch what they've done. I mean, to watch this offense. And I was going to say, then to watch what they've done with the defense and how they're able to change up looks and disguise what they're doing there. I got nothing for Dallas here, man.
And just to your point, going back to the start of the Phoenix series, Dallas has been out rebounded in 9 of the last 10 playoff games.
Okay. All right.
The one aberration was Game 7 against Phoenix when they out rebounded the Suns 43-39.
Yeah, look at that. They win the rebounding battle and they win the game by 30. Congratulations.
Yep. In this series, they've been out rebounded 51-35, 43-30, and 47-33.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's not going to get it done. Like you said, not only you giving up opportunities, you're giving up second chance points. And just the ability to kill the clock, because I mean Golden State had 14 offensive rebounds in game 3.
They had 14 more points in the paint than Dallas did in the game 3. There's your differential right there. That's you're just not going to win giving up second chance points like that and not being able to clear the glass. I'm with you. I got nothing else here, man. I got the Warriors too, and we're getting points. I just took them on the money line.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, if you want to take the 1.5, you certainly can. I don't think it's going to be a 1-point game. I just don't. Either way, even if Dallas wakes up and plays well and wins the game, I don't think it's going to be a 1-point game.
Yeah, and Sly said, Andrew Wiggins has come of age, which is nice to see. It's about time. I mean,
that's the thing about this Golden State team. Somebody's always scoring. Somebody's always there to pick up the slack. If Doncic doesn't do it and Dinwiddie doesn't do it, nobody's going to do it. They don't have really another option. I guess Brunson could get hot theoretically, but for the rest of them, no.
Yeah, I mean, they've been relying on getting stuff from, Kleber and Bullock and guys like that. And then you look in game 3, Bullock was 0 for 10.
Yeah. They were
0 for 7 from 3, missed a free throw. He had no points in 40 minutes. And Kleber played almost 25 minutes and missed all 5 of his shots.
Yeah, that was a dreadful performance from Kleber and from Bullock as they combined to go 0 for 15 from the field. So
not good, Bob.
I know, not good at all. I don't know how in the world you play 40 minutes and don't score. I don't know what you're doing besides tackling guys on breakaways. Still should have been an F2, but that's just me.
He did have 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals.
Congratulations.
And he was only a -5.
That's incredible.
Yeah, considering Doncic was a -19.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm telling you, play Boban Marjanovic. Might as well get some worth out of him.
Well, this is the thing we talked about. Even when Dallas took that big lead, the only way they can win this game is to shoot at least 50 plus, probably 55 plus from downtown. That's the only way they're going to win a game.
Yeah, they'd have to hit probably 18 to 22 threes.
Yes,
at least.
Yep, and keep Golden State in the high 20s as far as attempts go, which they've been able to do. Golden State, it's the great example of taking what you give them. Dallas says, well, you know what? We're going to cut off the perimeter. We're going to make you beat us inside. Golden State says, okay, we'll do that. Sounds good.
Ryan, Jim's doing good. We had a meeting yesterday with all the hosts of the shows except Rachel because he was off getting plastered.
Gallivanting is what he was doing. Just gallivanting.
Damn piss pots. He's doing good. He's overseeing the entire network, so that takes up the majority of his time. That and us yelling at him to get us some stuff. Yeah,
he's sitting at home bored since he stopped doing the show. He's filling his time admirably and productively. I can assure you, and he's doing great.
Yeah, we're still waiting for him to get us some swag.
Working on it. I can tell you. I talked to the people today, man. We're working on it. Yeah, I've already sent a list. I made a list of 25 things that we could use for swag. So.
Oh, cool! You didn't tell me about this.
You don't have to know everything, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm the host of this show.
You keep saying that, but that's just not the way it is. You're the talent. I don't know how you can't keep this straight.
Hey, I could fire you and get a rubber chicken.
Could you? Could you do that? Okay, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Warriors, come out and play. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I think It's going to be a very short series for Dallas. But hey, at least they made it to the conference finals for the first time with Doncic.
All right, very good. You spent half an hour laying out your first 5 picks. Let's bring home the next 23 in 10 minutes, shall we?
There's not 23. There's 16.
Hmm?
There's 16 or 18.
You have a 10, a 4, and two twos, right?
That's 18, not 23.
18. What was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking there was a 6 in there. Okay.
No, that's all the crap I have to send out via email.
All right. So to recap, Dodgers and Diamondbacks. Very good. Warriors and Oilers.
Yeah, see, that was easy. I don't have to recap anything. We already talked about it.
Now, do you recommend when you're sending out these plays and your premium plays, do you recommend people playing one way or the other? Do you recommend them playing the puck line or the run line versus the money line?
It depends. I mean, in the case of like the Dodgers and stuff, I would recommend the run line.
Okay.
With the Warriors, like you said, you probably don't need the points.
No.
And with the Oilers, if you don't want to be gambling on the fact that you might need an empty net goal. So playing the money line there isn't bad because it's only minus 115.
So real quick, the way to figure out whether there's value in taking the points or not is to look at how many games end at exactly 1 point, and then you figure out the difference between the money line and the spread line, and you calculate that percentage. And if one percentage is greater than the other, then you know where your value is.
There you go.
Kind of how to do it in a nutshell there.
Yep.
We're here to educate you. What's that?
That was a good summarization.
Thank you, man. I do what I can. It's my job as the host. Anyway, 4-teamer.
Yep. We got I'm going to go with the Blue Jays over the Cards. Like I said, Gaussman is going against Hicks. We've talked about Hicks numerous times and his inability to go deep in games. And the Cardinals, their bullpen's going to be a little worn out now too after that extra inning game.
Yachty should be fresh, though.
Is he back from the bereavement list?
Oh, I didn't even know he was on the. Did somebody pass close to him after?
I saw he was put on it the other day. But Pujols is fresh. Because he pitched in a game earlier this year too.
Yeah, Pujols can pitch. Absolutely.
Get him in there.
Giants over the Mets.
Yeah, this one's interesting because it's Logan Webb against Bassett, but the Giants and Logan Webb's last 17 starts at Oracle Park are 17-0.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good stat.
That's a trend, by God.
So, I know the Mets had a good game last night. I'm just worried, I'm worried about their pitching for one because, like we said, Tim just said they're going to find arms. Well, it's not like you can just pick those up off the street or go down to Bob's house of body parts and just find some.
Okay, very good. We've talked about you had to know taking the Giants over the Mets is gonna get Tim's get Tim's fur in a bind there.
Well, I didn't know Tim was going to be here at the time.
The Mets guy, man. Luke over.
Hey, you're a Royals guy. You didn't get pissed off when I said the Royals were going to lose.
No, I said jump on. Jump on the train.
Yeah, we talked about Doncic already because who else is going to score? I mean,
I think I've found out the Guardians' problem. They're playing in the NHL.
Exactly. I forgot to change that because I had what did I have there? I had a shot prop there and I changed it.
Everybody's got an excuse, man. It's all right.
Yeah, this coming from the guy who does no research at all.
Are you kidding me? I don't know who you're thinking of, but you're thinking of Reichel because that ain't.
You don't do any research on this show.
What are you talking about?
On this show.
What are you talking about? I don't do any research.
You don't.
What do you say?
You don't do any of the slides.
No, I don't do any slides. Doesn't mean I haven't researched every one of these fucking games.
Not for this show. You did it for your own show.
But I mean, it's still getting done. No, I'm not doing your PowerPoint. Congratulations, you've got 8th grade PowerPoint skills. I'm impressed.
But no, I like the Astros over the Guardians. Valdez has pitched really well.
Yeah.
Coming in of late, and Plezak's going for the Guardians.
It's Plezak.
Yeah, so I guess they must have bumped Quantrill to tomorrow because probably because of that rain out.
You're not worried about that price?
I'm more interested in the run line because I don't think that Plezak can hold them in check.
Huh. Okay. All right. And I guarantee you, I will be the first to admit there's a little recency bias because of just everybody getting smoked by the Astros yesterday.
True, there is that.
So, but
But I'm also looking
Valdez
at.
has finally found his stroke a little bit. He's been very good lately.
Yeah,
So,
he's got 5 quality starts in a row.
Yep. He's been fantastic. Plesac kind of headed the wrong direction. He started much better than he's pitched lately. So,
I mean, do you have any faith in Plesac? I mean, we talked about it. You'd rather see Dan Plesac pitch.
well, Plesac looked good against the Reds last time out, but his 3 starts before that, he'd been pretty much shite. So,
yeah, I see that 7, 5, and 5.
I just don't like that price, man. I've got this closer to 170. I'm just don't think there's. If you want to throw it in there as a parlay sweetener, I don't hate it. But I just have, yeah, I just don't have as much. I just don't love that price. It's like looking at a nice car. Like I'd like to have it. I'm just not willing to pay 80 grand for it. So
and that's why you drive a 1987 Yugo.
I do not. No, I've got an Audi, but still, I
thought your wife drove the Audi.
I got a Q7. I just bought a Q7.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What'd you do with the? What'd you say it was again? A Tucson? Was that it?
Yeah, my Tuscan.
Tuscan. Okay.
My Tucson. Yeah, they.
I could. I knew it was something. I couldn't just remember what it was.
I sold it outright.
Did you?
Yeah, I just you're gonna get screwed on the trade-in. So
that's true.
But having said that, that's the only one I don't like. So you're fine. Shot in the dark. Do it.
Yeah, that's right. The Scott Steehn cover band. Available for bar mitzvahs and birthday parties.
Always much reasonable prices, reasonable rates available.
No offers refused.
Not very many. No reasonable offers refused.
I'm gonna take the Rockies over the Pirates. As much as we bag on Kyle Freeland, he's better than the all impressive TBD, which is who the Pirates currently had listed as of this morning. It's still TBD as of right now.
Into the unknown.
Could be Ronzi Contreras, could be Mitch Keller, could be Bob Walk.
Whoever it is, they're going to be great.
Could be Doug Drabeck.
Kent Tekulve coming in from the bullpen.
John Smiley.
Very good. Take the Rockies. I made money on the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday, though, but it was not.
Yeah, but that was a low-scoring game. Remember, we said it was two lousy pitchers and 2 lousy offenses, and it ended up 2-1.
Yep. Brewers over the Padres.
Yeah, Corbin Burns and Blake Snell.
Excellent.
Yes, that's right, Smithers.
Blake Snell was okay last time out. His first appearance in.
He went an inning in 2/3, right?
9 years.
9 years. Hadn't pitched since the Nixon administration.
When was he? Did he pitch at all last year?
Yeah, he was 7-6.
Oh, did he pitch that? I thought he got hurt earlier than that. Okay.
I think he was hurt a couple times during the course of the year.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
He went 3 2/3. Okay, I thought it was listed. I thought he went 1 2/3. But
no,
he went 3.
And I was wrong. He wasn't good. He was victimized by the long ball. He gave up 3 earned in 4 innings. So yeah, that's not good.
3 walks, 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the strikeouts. I knew that he was striking some people out still. So.
Oh, Marlo said John Smiley is not pitching for the Pirates.
Okay, good to know.
So it must be Bob Walker, Jim Gott.
Remember when Jim Gott was pitching to was it Jim Gott?
Yeah,
was pitching to Tim Tuffle, which is literally God versus the devil. I always thought that was funny.
It's Neil Heaton pitching.
I loved him on How I Met Your Mother. He was very good. Very, very good.
I remember when Neil Heaton pitched for the Expos.
So, Burns, not having the Cy Young quality season that he had last year, but still very good. Was not great against Atlanta last time out. 7 hits in 6 innings, 4 earned. But you're saying that Pittsburgh is not quite the offensive juggernaut that Atlanta is?
You mean San Diego?
I mean, San Diego, rather. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you look, that was Burns' worst start. Was that last outing? His ERA for the year is 2.26.
Yep.
And his WHIP is what 8.32.
I'm just saying it was.
It's more a fact that I don't trust Snell.
Okay, I get that. I get that for sure. All right, that's solid.
Yeah, Mariners over the A's. It's George Kirby and James Kaprelian. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yep. No interest in that.
Yeah, I don't believe
it. Rays over Marlins.
Yeah.
Let's match up.
McClanahan and Lopez.
Oh, no. Not fading.
McClanahan's pitched well lately.
I bet the under.
Under 6.5?
Yes. Don't care. Not taking it over with Pablo Lopez. No way.
I didn't say over. I said take the Rays.
Golden State Warriors and the Dallas Mavericks under 215.5.
Yeah, I mean, look at the way Game 3 turned out. They got to 209, and they had to work to get there.
Looney over 20.5 PRA.
Yeah, I mean, he had 9 points and 12 boards and 4 assists in the last game, and he only got to shoot the ball 4 times.
Yeah, you got to pencil him in for 8 to 10 boards minimum, probably more. And
yeah, I mean, look what he did in that game against Memphis when he had 22 boards in Game 6.
That was a dominating performance on the board.
Yeah, he scored 5 points, but who cares?
Who cares? Against a really good rebounding Memphis team too. That's what everybody forgets. They led the NBA in rebounding this year. DFS over 2.5 3-pointers. How many times has he done that in this series?
Once in 3 games. He had 3 in one game, 2 in one game, and 1 in the other because they wouldn't let him shoot the ball.
Okay. Well, what changes tonight? What makes you confident in that play?
Because I think that they're going to try to take Doncic out of it and then force somebody else. So if Doncic can kick it out and get Finney-Smith going, then maybe they'll actually have somebody else score.
I'm hearing if a lot in there, buddy.
No, I mean, in this case, with Dallas, you don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty with them altogether.
Hurricanes Rangers under 5.5.
Yep, they've been under in all 3 games of this so far.
With you there, and the Oilers Flames over 6.5.
Yep. I hope it doesn't turn into 9-6 again, but I think we can see 4-3.
And before you fall in love with the rest of the lines on the Edmonton Oilers, you should consider Draisaitl over 1.5 points.
Yeah, he's. I was thinking about putting that further up. If you look in this series in 3 games, he's got 10 points.
You put these in descending order of confidence?
No.
Okay. Oh, I
just do it by. I try to group them by sport because it's easier.
Okay. Well, you say you're talking about moving it up. That's what
I was contemplating putting it in the 4-teamer before.
Oh, I got you. All right. Moving into the featured position, if you will.
There you go. That works.
All right. Very good. All right. So there's 10 for you. That's a little something to mix and match, a little buffet style. Grab a little rice, grab a little orange chicken, maybe a crab rangoon. You're all set. You're good to go. Don't
forget your drinks.
Oh, sure. You got to get a refreshing soda. No question about it. So, anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
No, I think we got everything pretty much covered. Hopefully, you guys had a good time. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and keep an eye out for, like Scott said, our premium picks. And now you'll get to watch Scott go to Studio B, change his shirt, and show up with Reichel.
Put a lot on me, man. I do. I will add a hat. How about that?
Oh,
Frank White said, loves the show. So much information. Hey, we appreciate you reaching out. Royals Hall of Famer Frank White, number 20, always in our hearts. So, yeah, that's a great show.
Where's George Brett?
I'm a Kansas City guy. I'm going to have to mention Frank White when I see the name Frank White. It's the way it is. I'm a dick. What are you going to do? Hey, thanks for stopping by, guys. Hope you have a great Tuesday. Good luck on all your plays. And thanks for joining us. We'll be back to do it again tomorrow, as Chris and I will hopefully both have internet working for the entire show.
You never know.
And we'll talk about many things, but mainly we'll try to do our very best to concentrate on
Just Parlays.
All right. You guys take care. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.